Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Can Summon Eidolons from Final Fantasy 13. This is part 6, and the last part, the first day of UA came to an end with then Izuku introducing Mei to his newest classmates and friends, being Iida and Ochako, with soon a few of the two as the two were completely caught off guard by Mei's eccentric personality and how crazy she is. Also surprised on how Izuku's able to handle somebody like her. Not only that, let's also bring up the teachers on how they want to handle Izuku, especially finding out from Aizawa that his quirk cannot be cancelled by him, as it normally works on that of emitter and transformation quirks outside of mutant type quirks, though. With now knowing this, soon, Principal Nezu gives Midnight, aka Neimori Kayama, to help out All Might in the Hero Course class, in case anything, drastic happens if Izuku goes overboard with his quirk. With soon Midnight obliging into this. Not only that, as soon as the battle training begins, All Might soon separates everybody into two-person teams between heroes and villains, as the heroes need to defeat the villains and capture a bomb, while the villains need to defend the bomb, capture the heroes, or let time run out. With this, and Izuku and Ochako face against Bakugou and Iida. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As the exam begins, with many people, with those in Class 1A catching the exercise some of them began wondering on how things are going to go. However, somebody is really curious about Izuku, as being Kaminari, saying, "Man, I wonder how Midoriya is going to be able to handle this." With soon everybody looking at the blonde-haired electric quirk user, with then Jiro saying, "Why you say that?" Saying, "I mean, think about it. The dude's only able to summon that, mechanized horse guy, after all. What does he call it?" With then Momo saying, "He said Odin." And if I recall, Odin is the Allfather of the Norse pantheon, considered to be the gods of Norse gods, actually, in Norway, if I recall. With then soon Tokiyami saying he'll be having a trouble if his familiar, or his summoned, or Eidolon, as he likes to call it, will not be able to help him in this situation, especially in a building. And his duty is to capture the bomb, not set it off on purpose because of his abilities. I wonder how he'll act in this situation. With then, as for All Might, he begins looking at the monitor intently, thinking, "What will you do, young Midoriya? Will you intend to bulldoze your way through, no matter the cost of the building, or will you think stealthily and act cautiously? However, I hope the same can't be said for young Bakugou, who seems dead set on taking you down. I wonder, what is with the two of you?" With soon Aizawa looking through the records, saying, "I can't believe I'm doing this." With then looking through, as he goes through each and every one of his students' past files from junior high, with him already basically gone through at least 10 of them, and only has 10 remaining, with soon reaching that of Bakugou's file. Without a shock, as his file basically shows that Bakugou is that of a straight-A student, not well-behaved and responsible as well. That shows the very qualifications of a hero, to be fair. With then, besides a few accidents of using his quirk with some reclamation, he seems like the perfect candidate to be a hero, with then thinking his personality, on the other hand, says otherwise. But that could be just because of him being... That could just because this is just the first day and things could change. With then soon looking at Izuku's file. However, this time he has that of an eyebrow raised, with the entire file basically being the same thing as Bakugou's. A completely orderly and understanding student. Besides one little thing is that he sometimes gets into fights in case he's threatened. With then thinking that makes no sense. It seems both of them have the exact same file, but only one certain thing. One seems like he's active at using his quirk, while the other seems like he uses his quirk in self-defense. With then realizing back at the first day during the quirk apprehension test, where Bakugou tries to attack Izuku, but soon was stopped by Aizawa. With then, as for Izuku, he basically had that of a cold glare towards Bakugou. With then, once again, Aizawa realizing, oh my god, don't tell me I basically put in two problem children who have a problem with each other. Ugh, you gotta be kidding me. What a pain. With soon slamming Izuku's book on the other side, rubbing his temple, saying, after I'm done with the rest of these, I'm going to bed. I don't need the rest of this bullcrap. Back at the training exercise, with Izuku and Ochako coming into the building by the windows instead of going through the front entrance, making it easier to reach on probably where the bomb is, most likely on the top floor, just in case. With then soon, as they continue walking through corridors, with then staying next to the walls, with then Ochako saying, "Hey, Deku, you sure that we need to stay quiet? Don't we need to rush? We're on a time limit." Saying, "That's exactly true. Normally, since we are on a time limit, we need to rush. However, the faster we go, the more mistakes we make. And I don't want to make too many mistakes instead." With soon, he looks over his shoulder across another hallway. With then, soon, he begins saying, "All clear." With then, Mob soon appears and floating above both Ochako and Izuku. With then, soon, Izuku saying, "Mog, are we good?" Saying, don't see anyone running around here just yet, Kupo. I think we're good. As soon as we head to the next floor, with then soon, Mog saying, "Uh-oh, looks like somebody just came down to this floor, and they're moving quite quickly." With soon, Ochako saying, "What? Oh man, is it Iida?" Saying, normally, Iida would be the smart choice. However, I'm already aware on who the person is. With soon, Izuku saying, "Mog, transform into Snow's coat." With then soon, Mog saying, "You got it, Kupo." With then doing so, as Mog soon transformed into Snow's fallen angel coat insignia on the back, with Izuku basically putting it on over his hero costume's jacket. With then Ochako distracted for a split second, seeing the flashy emergence and how Izuku put it on, before he soon grabs her, as then an explosion soon basically bursts down through the corridors. With soon Ochako saying, "Wait, what? What was?" Saying, "Kachan." With coming out of the smoke, with his arms basically moving the explosive debris, was saying, "Found you, Deku." With soon Izuku saying, "Yeah, you did." With as he soon takes a deep breath, with then a blue snow-like crystal comes out of his chest. with Ochako seeing this, shocked, saying, I've been waiting for this opportunity for so damn long. I can finally put you back in your damn place and prove that I was meant to be number one. Not you. Not a worthless, useless, pathetic Deku who needs people's help to get where he's at. Me! Somebody who's got strong by himself, who's trained by himself, to reach the top by himself. Me! Not... Cutting off Bakugou's rant, Izuku crushes the crystal before soon sending the shards flying towards Bakugou, saying, Go! Shiva Sisters! With then soon the shards become that of a spell circle, flying through them, being that of Shiva and Nyx. With soon Shiva kicking Bakugou in the gut, sending him flying, with then Nyx following it up with her tire, sending it flying, spinning Bakugou, knocking him in the chin, continuing the assault, flying backwards. With then Ochako saying, Wow, you were completely right. With then saying, Yep, I know I was. Now come on, we have to keep moving. With soon she's saying, right. With then looking back at Shiva and Nyx, saying, You ladies sure you can handle this? With soon Shiva saying, Don't worry, darling. We have this in the bag. With then Nyx commenting saying, We've taken this boy on so many times, we've lost count. So, we'll handle this. With then, soon, Izuku couldn't help but smile, saying, Thanks, I appreciate it. With that, he soon heads out, with then saying, Come on, Uraka, saying, Okay, on it, Izuku. With then, the two continue running off, with back in the monitoring room, with then Kirishima saying, Hey, where are they going? Bakugou's right there. They can take him on. With then Shoji saying, No, it's a smart decision. Midoriya is using his quirk to stall Bakugou, allowing them to allow them to ascend the building even more to find the bomb, and most likely where Iida is. With then Tsuyu also commenting saying, It's quite something. However, I wonder if those Eidolons is able to even take on Bakugou easily, rip it. With then, as for Shoto, soon seeing the two female summons, with then Mineta soon screaming out, Those two girls are so hot and sexy! Oh man, it's so not fair! How can Midoriya be able to summon or basically create such hot babes? It's so not fair! With then Sarah saying, Dude, you think you could calm down? I mean, I get it that they're hot. Trust me, I notice. But still, it's not that big of a deal. Plus, it's a quirk. You really wanting to flirt with a quirk of all things? With Sood, Midnight, having that of multiple cameras, and she's seeing everything from her tablet, as soon seeing the two Shiva sisters, saying, so that's the situation. I didn't think that he was able to summon any other creatures except that horse that Aizawa brought up. There's more to Midoriya's quirk than meets the eye, it seems. With soon All Might, as she soon contacts All Might, saying, All Might, looks like things have just begun. If anything happens, I'm going to step in. I'll still keep an eye on. I'll be mostly keeping an eye on Midoriya's quirk summoned. With then All Might saying, I see. Well, the student and I will still keep an eye on young Midoriya, young Uraka, and young Iida. But if things do happen, I will stop the exercise, and you will use your quirk just in case. With Soon saying, that's exactly why I'm here. Well, I hope things play out pretty fine. With Soon cutting the communication feed before then looking at the soon to begin battle between Shiva and Nyx versus Bakugou, as Midnight couldn't help but be curious, wondering I wonder what these two are capable of. With soon, both women continue to float in the air in the hallway, with Bakugo saying, "You damn sluts! I swear it! I swear the next time I see the two of you, I'm going to put you down on the ground!" With soon, both Shiva and Nyx not even bothered by the threats coming from the spiky Pomeranian, as Bakugo gets annoyed as they not saying something, saying, "Come on, say something, damn it! Speak, Deku!" With soon exploding towards them, as preparing that of a wide, heavy hook as always. With then soon Shiva creating that of a barrier, blocking the attack before Nyx soon sends the wheel once again at Bakugo's gut. With then soon Bakugo adjusts himself, rushing towards Shiva and Nyx once more. With then soon prepare as he seems like he was about to send an explosion towards them. However, he changed his angle, soon sending to their side. With then was about to hit him with an explosion before soon Shiva having that of a proper side kick towards Bakugo's face, sending him scaling from the attack. And then soon Shiva as preparing that of a blizzard spell towards the spiky ashen blonde, with as the wheel begins to spin, and soon the attack was sent flying towards Bakugo, as then Bakugo was hit by the attack. With soon ice begins to creak up on his chest, with then everybody shocked and surprised. However, it doesn't stop there, with then Shiva soon running towards Bakugo, as then she was about to grab the ashen blonde and slam his face down to the ground. However, shockingly, the ice begins to melt rapidly on his chest. With then she was caught off guard by that. With soon Bakugo sends that of a powerful explosion from both the palms of his hands towards Shiva, which Shiva soon feeling the force of the attack, as she could, even though she does feel the fire and flames from the explosion, it was the shockwave that dealt more damage than the flames itself. However, due to her elemental weakness, it still did quite a bit. With soon she falling back before she healed herself with a minor cure. With soon Bakugo couldn't help but smirk, saying, "Surprised about that? I bet you are, Deku. I mean, I was prepared to fight against these dumb bitches after all. So I did a little bit changes on my suit. There's one little weakness about me, my sweat. It's my greatest asset and my greatest weakness. Since my sweat creates a nitroglycerin material, I can basically create any form of explosion. But if it becomes too cold for my body to handle, I stop sweating, which in turn my attacks stop. They also lose their muster as well. So I decided to add this function, with soon patting his chest, with soon saying, I added an inboard heater to continue heating up my body constantly, allowing me to sweat more than before. Not only that, even if I get hit by an ice attack, my costume continues heating me up and basically melts the ice, allowing me to sweat even more and more. So whatever you decide, it's not gonna help you now. So you can keep on sending those ice attacks right at me. It's not like it's going to. With soon, before he could continue boasting about this, he soon hit by the wheel once again to his chin. However, this time, as he was talking, he soon bit on his lip, where blood soon came out, where he soon began to bleed. With then soon, the wheel continues dealing tons of barrages on Bakugo over and over and over again. With then soon, Shiva looking at her sister, Nick, saying, "Are you sure you want to continue doing that? Don't you think you've done quite a bit enough?" With soon, Nick saying, "His arrogance is really annoying the hell out of me. Plus, he was talking down on Izuku even though he's talking to us. I know that people think that we're his quirk, but it's still annoying, if I had to say." With soon, Shiva basically shoving before soon rushing towards Bakugo, as then one last attack from the wheel, within Shiva rushing towards Bakugo, and then dealing one last attack from her knee towards his gut, before soon dealing a powerful straight kick, sending him flying even further towards the hallways. With then Bakugo couldn't help but cough up a little bit of blood actually from his busted lip. With then the two sisters basically continue floating in the air, with Nyx having her wheel floating on the palm of her hand, and Shiva continually having her hands on her hips, not even impressed. With soon, as for Izuku and Ochako continually rising up to the floors, as Izuku is able to sense everything that Shiva and Nyx are doing, as part of him feels somewhat sorry for Bakugo, but the other part of him feels like that he's still arrogant and still continues to look down on him. However, he also realized that Bakugo's control over his quirk and his quick thinking to change his costume to counter out Shiva is still pretty smart. It's a good thing that they're no normal beings. If they were, then the attacks that Bakugo deals to them would deal a lot of damage. With soon, Ochako snapping out of Izuku's thoughts, saying, "Hey, Deku, you okay?" Saying, "Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Absolutely fine. Right now, we're reaching the final floor. It's most likely on where Iida is." With then hearing this, saying, "So what you do? Remember the plan." With then Izuku saying, "Bog," with saying, "Got it, Kupo," as then coming out from Snow's coat and now turning into Vanille's capture rod, with then as it turns into that of the heavenly staff. With soon Ochako saying, "What are you gonna do with that?" Saying, "You'll see. I just need to prepare. That's all." With soon, as they soon open the door, as they sneak into nicely into the widely lit room, as it being sunlight coming through the windows, with then seeing a couple of pillars, as soon as the both of them continue to walk through the pillars, with then Iida continue monologuing, thinking on how he needs to prepare when becoming a villain, as he needs to wonder on how he's going to interact with either Izuku or Ochako. As then he begins a monologue, going that you heroes, you now reached your doom. With then Ochako was about to laugh, as then Izuku covering her mouth with his hand, while still holding onto his raft close to him, making sure that Iida doesn't see it. With then soon Iida unable to hear what's about to happen due to his own monologues. With then Izuku taking that of a quiet sigh and release of a breath that he was holding. With soon looking back at the engine quirk white arm wearing boy, with then thinking, as soon as he turns around, I need to hook on to that bomb as soon as possible. Hopefully that. With soon as Izuku was thinking this, soon the entire building begins to shake from something. With then soon Izuku saying, "What the?" With then Iida saying, "Huh? Who's there? And what's going on?" With then Izuku saying, "Damn it! What just happened?" with then looking at his link between Shiva and Nyx, saying, "Oh no." With then at that couple minutes before Izuku and Ochako made it to the top of the floor, with then Bakugou getting annoyed that he drawed blood from his lip, that he saw it on his fingertips of his glove, and felt a blood curdling, unbridled rage towards them, saying, You damn bitches! I'm going to murder you! Within him standing up with that's an infuriating rage, with soon Shiva thinking, oh boy, I can just, with then Nyx saying, the more you make a dog angry, the louder he barks, and possibly the angrier he bites. With soon pulling back as now his gauntlets are completely ready, without even saying a damn thing, with soon pulling back as he soon pulls back, and then he pulls the pin, aiming straight at Shiva and Nyx, with soon saying, take this, you stupid bitches! Time to die! With soon a fiery explosion sent flying towards the two sisters, with then both of them creating that of barriers to protect themselves. As the barriers continue to hold, however, they still take the full front of the damage of the flames and the huge blast of winds towards them, as they continue being pushed back. With then soon Bakugou couldn't help but have that of a blood-curdling laugh at this, thinking about every time that both Shiva and Nyx have humiliated him, made him look bad, and continued to see him as weak. Basically, every time he thinks of them, he continually thinks of Izuku, continually thinks on how much that he's basically somebody who was once weak beneath him, completely undeniably doesn't deserve to be a hero more than anything, reached the top of the class, had the highest ranking score in the quirk apprehension test, and continues to outshine him over and over again, is now here, standing beside a tons of other extras who also want to become heroes, even though he shouldn't. He never should have, never had the right to be a hero. With then soon, as the explosion stopped, with then soon Midnight noticing the explosion as it soon came through the building, as saying, you've got to be kidding me. Did he just, with soon messaging All Might through the monitoring room and through his earpiece, saying, All Might, stop this match now! Saying, huh? But I understand. But saying, All Might, he was willing to use one of his support devices that was mostly made to defend him against villains, against students. And sure, he might have used it against a quirk, but still, if he didn't, what would happen if he went against a student like that? You need to stop him now. Tell him to stop, or I will. With then soon All Might gritting his teeth, saying, I understand. But soon going through the comp saying, young Bakugou, enough. Do not use that device ever again. If you do, you and your team will be disqualified. With then hearing this saying, you gotta be kidding me, that's bullshit. It's my gear. I should, young Bakugou. I am not joking. Use your support device again, and you will lose. Am I clear? With then hearing this, Bakugou gritting his teeth, especially hating the fact that he will lose, and that's one thing that he prevents. To him, heroes win. They always win. Even in training, they always win. That is his definition of a true hero. With saying, fine. It's not like I needed to. After all, those bitches are. With soon the barrier soon holds up. With not only that, both girls begin to use Kiraga to heal their damaging wounds. With soon saying, "What? But how? I used air. That was it's one of my most powerful explosions using my gear. How could you? How could you bitches?" With then soon, both girls getting annoyed, saying, as she was saying, I was completely honest on basically allowing Izuku to win this. But now I want a little bit of payback for that. What did you say, sis? With then Nick saying, "Oh, I intend to. I was always enjoying the fact that I was beating him quite a bit. But now I'm going to enjoy breaking every bone in his body for the time being until Recovery Girl heals him." With soon, both sisters look dead set on inflicting on much pain on Bakugou as they can. With then Bakugou not even aware on what the sisters are thinking, but he could still feel the intent coming off of them, saying, "Bring it on! I'll still drop you right here and now!" With soon rushing towards the two sisters, before soon ice begins to flow across each and both of them with an unbridled rage, almost like that of a roaring blizzard. Before soon, Shiva grabs Bakugou by his throat, with then Bakugou trying to use his explosions. However, using both the wheel and her right arm, soon Nick's basically making sure that he doesn't, as even if he uses his explosions, that will just go straight up. With then soon Shiva slamming Bakugou down on the ground as it creates that of a spider web cracks, with Bakugou basically gasping for air, before soon Shiva continually brutalizing Bakugou's face over and over and over again with a single punch, creating more spiderweb cracks. Back with Izuku and Ochako and Iida, with Iida finally noticing Izuku and Ochako, saying, "Aha! There you are, heroes! I knew that you would come," saying, "Damn it! That explosion must have came from Bakugou. And that means now we lost our element of surprise." With then Iida soon looking at Ochako, saying, "I knew that you would come, hero Uraraka. That's why I made sure to grab any form of object that you could use as a projectile with your quirk." With then seeing the entire room completely and utterly sparkless. With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, I kind of figured that. Looks like the one thing that Ochako could use could work, now gone." With then soon internally in his mind, Mog saying, "You still have your rod, Kupo. You can use the binding wires in the staff and to basically slam the ground or even the pillars to create that of more debris for her." Saying, "Right, but I also need the time to capture the bomb. Now that opportunity is completely gone." With then Iida saying, "So what will you do, heroes? Will you surrender? And even if you try to come after the bomb, I will just grab it in the nick of time before." With then Izuku saying, "Screw it." With soon having two hands on the staff, before soon spinning it around, as then the binding wires soon unhinge from the staff and then slams into the pillars. With then Iida and Ochako completely caught off guard and surprised and shocked. With soon Izuku saying, "Uraraka, now!" With saying, "Huh?" Before it finally dawned on her, saying, "Oh, right!" With then grabbing a couple of broken pillars and then sent them flying towards Iida, with then Iida dodging each and every one of the attacks. With then Iida being distracted, saying, "Well, is that all you can do? My speed alone can." With soon realizing that Izuku is gone, before then Izuku sending the rod towards the bomb as the binding wires soon strive for it at full speed, with then Iida saying, no, I will not let you get it. With soon, Iida runs as fast as he can to catch the bomb before the raps soon go out. Was able to grab onto the bomb. With then soon, before that either one could touch it. Within saying, the hero team has been disqualified. Villains win. With then soon, Izuku saying, "Wait, what? But we didn't." Before he could say anything, pink mist begins to engulf the entirety of the room. Within Ochako saying, "What? But what is this?" Within soon, within Iida saying, "Huh? What's going on? We won?" But within Izuku saying, "But why? I didn't. What did we do?" With soon passing out. With soon Iida on the other hand, Midoriya, Uraka, are you too? Before finishing, Iida begins finally feeling sleepy as well. Before passing out entirely too. With then, as this coming from Midnight's quirk, Subnopticus, as the costume on her arms are completely and utterly ripped, basically entirely releasing her quirk as well. With soon she's saying, and I was really hoping I didn't have to use my quirk, but after what I saw, what almost happened to Bakugou, I couldn't just sit back and do nothing. Not after that. With suit. A couple minutes later, back into the monitoring room, as both Izuku and Ochako and Iida soon woken up. With then everybody else was around them. With then Kaminari saying, "Hey, I think they're waking up." With soon Mina saying, "Boy, you guys okay?" With then Izuku saying, did I fall asleep?" Within Ochako saying, "Yeah, I don't remember being passed out." With then Iida having his helmet off saying, I remember seeing this pink mist, and then the both of you passed out. But however, before then, with Sue you saying, it looked the hero, sorry Midoriya, Uraka, it looks like, well, looks like the heroes lost this. With then hearing this, Izuku saying, but why? What happened? With then soon, everybody was actually, well, keeping their distance from Izuku from a little bit. With then Izuku saying, what's going on? With soon Tokiyami stepping up saying, "Midoriya, do you not know what happened?" With Sue saying, "What happened?" With then Sero saying, "Dude, what happened to Bakugou? Especially after what he did to use that explosion? I mean, how could you not?" With soon Izuku's eyes widening saying, "Oh, right. I mean, I was connected with Shiva for a split second, but I was trying to focus so much on trying to get the bomb, With then soon saying, "Wait, Shiva!" As then looking into his inner soul, as he sees both Shiva and Nyx's Eidolon crystal. With soon saying, "Shiva, Nyx, what happened? What did you guys do to Kachan?" With then soon both sisters couldn't help but have that of a guilty look on their face, and that's of embarrassment, and also that of sadness as well. With soon Shiva saying, "We might have gone a little bit overboard, but due to our anger for that explosion bully of yours, we couldn't just sit back and do nothing." Especially on what he tried, and how much he insulted you as well. With then saying, "What?" But with then soon All Might alongside Midnight are in front of everybody in Class 1A. With then saying, "Well, that exam didn't go as planned as I thought it was, but even so, a win is a win." With then Izuku saying, "Miss Midnight, All Might, please tell me, What happened? I don't remember. With then soon, All Might saying, young Midoriya, what your quirk did was completely shocking and undeniable. Your quirk basically brutalized young Bakugo. With then Izuku's eyes widening, saying, what? With soon, he's a couple minutes back, with Bakugo basically getting his face smashed in over and over again by Shiva, before soon preparing his explosion to send a powerful explosion toward Shiva, as his entire face is completely swollen. Blood continued dripping from his eyes and nose and mouth, with him basically in unfurious rage, before soon the wheel from Nyx was sent flying towards him, trying to use his explosion to push it back. However, due to the force and the momentum of the telekinetic magic, it soon goes past the explosion and sends flying towards Bakugo, basically smashing him in the gut, before soon moving so fast that it begins to brutalize and completely break Bakugo's body from his upper torso, from breaking even his ribs, his forearms, and even breaking one of his shoulder bones as well. With then soon an as then Shiva prepares that of a Blizzara spell towards Bakugo, with then soon sending it flying towards the Ashen Blind. However, since this one's a lot more powerful, the ice is slowly melting, not as much as it was before from his costume. However, even so, Shiva's no longer flying, no longer floating, basically goes to Bakugo, before soon placing her finger on his chin, raising it up to her eyes, as he could see the eyes of somebody cold, distant, and completely not even caring, before soon slamming her fist into his gut, as Bakugo doesn't just vomit up his lunch, he also vomit up a little bit of blood as well. With soon, Shiva and Nyx look at each other with that of self-satisfaction on their face, before soon pink smoke begins to come through, with then Shiva and Nyx not even bothered by it. However, realizing that the smoke is basically is filled with that of hallucinogen, with most likely being from Midnight, if they remember that Izuku's a big hero nerd and knows his heroes. With then soon realizing that most likely they failed and they went a little bit overboard on Bakugo's body. With then Bakugo completely passed out, not just from the pain, but also from the quirk as well. With soon realizing that they need to play along, pretend to fall asleep as well, not wanting to get Izuku in trouble more than they already did for the green net. With then hearing all of this, Izuku felt down and felt like he should have controlled them. He should have stayed with them. Basically, if Eidolon basically left to their own devices, is this what they do? Do they go overboard to the point that they basically end up killing their opponents? With then soon Brynhildr speaking up, saying, Izuku, and Eidolon's main purpose, especially for l'Cie, is to basically make sure that they stay on their focus, stay on track onto the path that they're meant to lead. When they begin to waver or begin to lose their selves, the Eidolon's job is to make sure that they can stand up on their own 2 feet without having to buckle down on the pressure of being a l'Cie, or we kill them. We make them die. They have to die by our hands and our hands alone. With then hearing this, Izuku wanted to feel bad about this, before soon Odin saying, however, if the Lassie is able to conquer our trials and even defeat us, then we serve them, we protect them, we help them on their journey and focus to complete it or to find a new path. However, a Lassie has never strayed far from their Eidolon. And once an Eidolon is basically free to do whatever they wish, their main purpose and their main duty is to protect their Lassie. That means all threats must be eliminated. With then Shiva and Nyx feeling somewhat down about this, especially not telling Izuku about this, that if they separate, that they are basically free to do whatever they want. Even though Izuku, all he wanted was to stall Bakugou, giving them time they need to get the bomb. However, it seems they went a little bit overboard. Knowing this, Izuku now knows that he cannot leave his Eidolons alone by themselves for a split second. Now knowing that, after this, classes basically stayed the same. However, the atmosphere felt a little bit, off, actually. With some keeping their distance from Izuku, thinking that his quirk is just going to most likely go berserk on them too, even though that's far from the truth. With Ochako, Iida, and even Tokoyami trying their best to comfort the curly greenette, but nothing that they do actually helps, given that he's more worried about Bakugou's well-being after all. With then, as all the other practice training exams finally come to an end, with then soon All Might soon disappears, and then tries to give comforting words of advice to everybody, and to continue striving for the top, before soon running off. With then soon Izuku walking off on his own, with everybody keeping their distance, but also still worried about the greenette. With then, as Izuku changes out of his hero costume, he soon heads to the infirmary. With then soon Izuku, Recovery Girl saying, there you are. You have a lot of nerve coming in here. But then Izuku saying, I know, I'm sorry. Saying, don't apologize to me. Apologize to that boy over there. He's in a pretty bad shape. I was lucky that I was even able to heal him. However, right now, what needs to be done is that his body needs to heal itself. But then Izuku saying, so, how is he? But then she's saying, I was able to heal the busted blood cells and everything. But as for his bones, on the other hand, they need time to heal. He's lucky that he doesn't have a fractured skull, given the brutality that he went through, or even his spine being broken either. Whatever your quirk did to him, it was being precise. Completely, it was almost like they were actually making sure that they didn't kill him or destroy his body beyond repair. With then Izuku saying, Shiva, Nyx, why? As Izuku clenches his fist. With then soon Recovery Girl saying, I can tell the two of you have a past. Not only that you come from the same junior high school, but it also seems like the two of you have a history. Care to explain? It could. I'm not really a therapist. That's actually Hound Dog's specialty, given that he's the school's guidance counselor. But I am a good listener. So, care to speak? Within Izuku saying, it's not important. Honestly, me and Kachan's past is way too, complicated, to be fair. And talking about it here isn't a good idea. With soon Recovery Girl sighing, saying, suit yourself, Sonny, but it is always a choice. You might be hearing something from your, Hornwood teacher about this, actually. So, be prepared for that. Saying, yeah, thanks. With then having one last look back at Bakugou. But then Izuku saying, I'm sorry, Kachan. After that last apology, soon Izuku leaves the infirmary. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how do you like this battle trial test? After all, instead of Izuku always winning, I actually put a spin on it. Well, Final Fantasy 13 never actually went into the idea of what would happen if the l'Cie and the Eidolons basically separated from one another, actually. They're always together, side by side. So I wanted to put a spin on it that Eidolons have a lot more freedom. However, their main priority, protecting their l'Cie and summoner, is more important. And when they see a threat that gets in that way, being Bakugou, well, yeah, Shiva and Nyx went crazy on the Ashen Blonde. And don't see this as basically Bakugou hate. Like I said, I used to hate Bakugou with a passion. Now I tolerate him. Simple as that. Nothing more. Any rate, if you guys like this, please hit that like button, which really helps with the channel a lot. Also, subscribe and hit that notification too if you want to keep up to date with my videos. Also, check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, and Patreon. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon signing out. Later, guys. Do your thing, Shiro.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!